welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell for notifications. So basically today I'm starting a new series. So I thought I might delve into the true crime sector of YouTube, and I'm going to start a series based on the Ripper crimes. If you personally know me, you'll know I have a really big interest in the Ripper tours, and September 2 years ago I went on the tour of London with the murder scenes essentially. I just have a real interest in this case. I find it interesting. As you found out from the last video, for a career I want to do forensic science, so this is really good for me to look into, and it also explains my interest in. So I actually have done research for this, and I've got all my sheets of paper here, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So basically, to set the scene, we're in Whitechapel, 1888. The area around Whitechapel was mainly known for being poverty stricken. It was mainly made of lodging houses, workhouses, which were then attached to casual wards. This meant there was lots of people desperate for money and also desperate for jobs. So people turned to crime as an option. Immigration was also a big problem in 1888, and it was mainly people coming from Eastern European countries and Ireland. This is important to the case as they were the easy suspects to blame, as there was lots of pre-existing tensions, as everyone in Whitechapel had to battle for a job. Also at the time there was lots of corruption in the police force, especially the detective branch, meaning many people didn't have faith in the police, which is why this is so significant. Because of this corruption, it led to lots of mistakes being made in the case. Quick overview of the case. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the Ripper was a person who went around and essentially mutilated people's bodies and killed them. There was a common theme in this, as most of them came from prostitution and couldn't afford a bed for the night and had turned to the streets. There is the canonical 5 victims, which are the most solidly believed were killed by him. However, since he was never caught, there is actually 11 people on file. However, in my next few videos, I'm just going to be talking about the canonical 5. All 5 victims were murdered in the space of 12 weeks. This went from the 31st of August 1888 to the 9th of November 1888. The canonical 5 victims were Mary Anne Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Edders and Mary Jane Kelly. So in today's video I'm going to be exploring the first victim of the Ripper cases. There will also be consecutive videos after this, delving deeper into the case. The first victim that we meet is Mary Anne Nichols. Now, she was born Mary Ann Walker on the 26th of August 1845. She's also referred to as Polly throughout the case that I looked at. If she's referred to as Polly any part in this video, that's who I'm talking about. Quick disclaimer, all the information in this video is everything that I've found from my own research. So Mary Anne Nichols was described as 5'2", she had brown hair, grey eyes, she had a dark complexion but had delicate features. Her teeth were discoloured and partially missing, and she had a scar on her forehead from a childhood injury. She was also described as an alcoholic. So Mary Anne Nichols had a pretty good life to start with. She married William Nichols on the 16th of January 1864, and they had 5 children who were Edward, Percy, Alice, Eliza and Henry. The Nichols were renowned to move quite a lot, but their last known address was in the Peabody estate. Things in their marriage started to become quite rocky, and they separated multiple times in their 24 years of marriage. And they separated for the final time in 1881. Things were going fine up until 1882, when William discovered that Mary was living as a prostitute and stopped all of her support payments. He also admitted after this to having an affair when they were married. At the time of her death, William hadn't seen her in 3 years. Mary's last address was the White House, which was a lodging house on Flower and Dean Street. Last sighting before her death was by Emily Hollis. This was at 2:30 AM on Osborne Street. Polly tells Emily that she made her DOS money 3 times over that night and had spent it already. She was also planning one more attempt to go find work that night before returning to the White House. She also told Holland before she left, "It won't be long before I'm back." In total they spoke for about 8 minutes before Polly left, walking east down Whitechapel Road. This was the last time she was seen before her death. So we now move on to a murder, which was on the 31st of August 1888 at approximately 3:40 AM. This was to be the first official Ripper victim. He was found on Bucks Road, which was a 10-minute walk away from Osborne Street. He was officially found on Bucks Road by Charles Cross and Robert Peel, who were cartmen and they were on their way to work. Originally, Cross believed she was dead, however Peel could feel a faint heartbeat and breathing. However, she said if she was breathing little. They moved her skirts down for decency and left as they believed... They moved her skirts down for decency and left as they would be late to work. However, they did vow to tell the police of their findings. On their travels, they informed PC Mizzen of their findings. In the meantime, the policeman who was on beat down Bucks Row was PC John Neal, who found her body at approximately 3:50 am. He finds her body and at approximately 3:50 am, Dr. Llewellyn pronounces her death. She had about a wineglass and a half of blood laying in the gutter beside her, which suggests that she died where she was found. Upon investigation and witnesses in the flats above and the surrounding area, no one heard or saw anything suspicious. So, this next to me is a picture of her autopsy and the post-mortem examination. The injuries she was found with were 5 missing teeth and a slight laceration to the tongue. She had bruises on the lower part of her jaw on the right side. She had a circular bruise on the left side of her face. She had a 4-inch incision on the left side of her neck, which was about an inch below the jaw and under the ear. An inch below that, there was a circular incision which terminated 3 inches below the right jaw. She had an incision to the neck, severed all tissues right down to the vertebrae on the right side. It severed all large vessels on both sides of the neck. And it was about 8-inch totals in length, so that's pretty much the entire way across your neck. Which is pretty gruesome. Like, how did no one hear anything happen? Like, I just find it amazing. There was a jagged wound on the left side of her lower abdomen, which was incredibly deep and it did cut through tissues. There were several incisions running across the abdomen and about 3 to 4 running down the right side. The injuries had been done from left to right, suggesting that the killer was left-handed and all injuries had been caused by the same instrument. Mary Anne Nichols was the first of the Ripper victims. There were 4 more to come after her death. This set off a spur in Whitechapel to try and find the killer. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The next video will most likely be on the next victim. And I really hope you enjoy this series, so if you do, please let me know. My socials will all be below, and please share this video if you liked it. That's it for this week, bye!